Have you ever wondered why peace is so hard to find even when your life looks perfect? Why silence feels uncomfortable? Why the mind, though surrounded by comfort, keeps whispering, something's missing? We scroll, we achieve, we chase. But every night, when the phone's glow fades and the city sleeps, something deeper calls. A soft ache beneath the chest. A longing not for more, but for less. Less noise, less pressure, less pretending to be fine. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes not from seeking it, but from being it." But how do you become peace when the world teaches you to become everything else? Scene 1, The Restless Traveler. Imagine a traveler, a young man with tired eyes, walking through the edge of an ancient forest at dusk. He has everything: success, recognition, the admiration of others. And yet, inside, he feels empty. He once thought peace would arrive when he had enough. But the more he gained, the heavier his heart became. The forest air hums with the sound of cicadas. The road beneath his feet is uneven, scattered with fallen leaves. He stops by a quiet stream, water reflecting the pale moon. He kneels, cups the water in his hands, and whispers, "Why do I feel so tired, even when I've done everything right?" His reflection shivers in the water, rippling, broken. It's as if his soul doesn't recognize the man staring back. Then, a faint voice behind him says, "Because you've been living outside your own breath." The traveler turns. An old monk sits under a Bodhi tree, eyes closed, wrapped in saffron robes. His presence is still, not lifeless, but alive in silence. The traveler bows. "Master, I've traveled far searching for peace, but everywhere I go, the noise follows me." The monk opens his eyes. They gleam like moonlight reflected on still water. He smiles faintly and replies, "Peace does not follow the traveler. The traveler must stop to meet peace." Scene 2, The Invitation to Stillness. The monk gestures toward a flat stone beside him. "Sit," he says. "Before you seek answers, learn how to listen." The traveler hesitates, then sits. The forest is quiet, yet filled with tiny sounds. The whisper of wind, the distant rustle of leaves, the heartbeat of nature itself. "Close your eyes," the monk whispers. "Tell me what you hear." "At first," the traveler says, "I hear noise, crickets, leaves, water." "Good," the monk says softly. "Now listen deeper, not to the sound, but to the space between the sounds." The traveler's breathing slows. The mind begins to soften. The monk continues, "Most people live trapped in the sound, their desires, their fears, their memories. But peace lives in the silence between all of it." The traveler opens his eyes. Something in the air feels different, lighter, almost sacred. He feels the earth beneath him, the rhythm of his breath. For the first time, he's not chasing, he's here. Scene 3, The Mirror of the Mind. "Master," he whispers, "I've read about meditation, mindfulness, detachment, but I can't seem to live them. My mind keeps running." The monk looks at him with compassion. "Your mind runs because it believes it must hold everything, the past, the future, the world itself. But the mind is only a mirror, my son. It shows you what you cling to." The traveler frowns. "So, if my mirror is filled with noise, how do I clean it?" The monk chuckles softly. The sound is like wind brushing the leaves. "By not adding more noise while trying to clean it." He reaches down and draws a circle in the dust with his finger. The Buddha taught 7 ways to awaken the mirror, 7 techniques to return to the stillness of now. The traveler leans forward, eyes wide. 7 techniques? Yes, the monk nods. Each one is a key, simple, but hidden behind the walls of a restless mind. The monk closes his eyes and breathes deeply. Peace is not a reward for effort. It is the nature of your being, uncovered layer by layer. He opens his eyes slowly. Would you like to learn? The traveler bows deeply. Yes, master. Teach me. The monk smiles. Then listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. Scene 4. The first ray of awareness. As the moon rises higher, silver light spills across the forest floor. The monk speaks in a low, melodic voice. Mindfulness is not just sitting still. It is the art of remembering what is real. He points to the stream. See how the water flows, always moving, yet always reflecting the moon? The traveler nods. That is your mind, the monk says. When you let it flow without resistance, it reflects truth. But when you fight its flow, with judgment, fear, or desire, the reflection breaks. The monk leans closer. The first technique, he says, is breath awareness. Before you can still the storm, you must find the anchor. The traveler listens, his chest rising and falling. Breathe in slowly. Feel the breath enter the body, not just through the nose, but into the soul. Breathe out. Release everything that doesn't belong. Every breath, the monk continues, is a bridge between the seen and the unseen, between the life you live and the life watching you live it. The traveler's mind quiets. A deep calm fills the space where restlessness once lived. And in that silence, something shifts. He realizes he has been breathing his whole life, but never with awareness. The monk smiles. You see, peace is not found. It is remembered. The monk then says softly, when the mind returns to the breath, the soul returns home. This was only the first key, the first doorway to the stillness hidden within you. There are 7 in total, 7 ancient techniques of mindfulness, each revealing a deeper layer of peace. But before you walk further, ask yourself, are you ready to stop searching for peace and start becoming it?
The 7 doors of mindfulness. The moon had climbed high above the forest canopy. Its light washed the world in silver silence. The monk sat unmoving, like the mountain itself, and the traveler, eyes closed, waited for his words. The night felt endless, but peaceful. Scene 1. The first door, breath awareness. Monk. The first door is breath, the most sacred thread between body and soul. In each breath, there is birth and death, the birth of awareness, the death of illusion. He motioned to the traveler. Place your hand on your chest. Feel it rise and fall. That is not just air, it's your connection to life itself. The traveler followed his instruction, feeling his own heartbeat, steady, ancient. Monk. When the mind wanders, return to your breath, not to escape thought, but to witness it. The breath is your temple, your silent friend. When you are lost, it will always guide you home. Scene 2. The second door, observation without judgment. The monk pointed toward the stream nearby, moonlight shimmering on its surface. He said, the second door is to observe without judgment. The mind loves to label everything, good, bad, right, wrong. But the moment you label, you stop seeing. True mindfulness is the art of watching your thoughts the way you'd watch clouds drifting across the sky. The traveler frowned. But master, my thoughts are like storms. They never stop moving. The monk smiled. Then don't try to stop the storm. Become the sky. He continued, when you stop fighting your thoughts, they lose their power. They're just visitors, not you." The traveler's eyes widened. He realized he'd been a prisoner of his own opinions, his fears, his expectations. Now he saw he could let them pass and still be whole. Scene 3, the third door, walking mindfulness. The monk rose and motioned for the traveler to follow. He said, "Walk with me. Do not hurry, do not drift, just walk." They moved through the forest, every sound, every scent magnified by awareness. The monk's voice blended with the rhythm of their steps. Each step is a prayer, each movement a chance to return to yourself. He gestured to the ground. Most people walk to reach somewhere, but the enlightened walk to be somewhere in this moment. When you walk with mindfulness, the earth becomes sacred beneath you. You remember, you belong to everything. The traveler's pace slowed. For the first time in years, he noticed the smell of wet earth, the cool breath of the night, the sound of his own being. Scene 4, the fourth door, mindful eating, the taste of gratitude. The monk stopped near a small clearing. He pulled a small bowl from his robe filled with rice and a few wild berries. He offered half to the traveler. "The fourth door," he said, "is to eat with awareness. Food is not just nourishment, it's a dialogue between you and the universe. The sun grew this grain, the rain fed it, the farmer tended it. Every bite is life meeting life." The traveler took a bite slowly, feeling the taste, the texture, the effort behind it. He felt humbled. Each mouthful was not just flavor, it was connection. "When you eat mindfully," the monk whispered, "you taste the truth of impermanence. Nothing lasts, but everything matters." Gratitude is not saying thank you, it's feeling the life behind what you receive. The traveler bowed his head. Tears glimmered in his eyes. Scene 5, the fifth door, loving kindness, metta, the heart of compassion. They sat facing the moonlit sky. "The fifth door," the monk said, "is the practice of metta, loving kindness." He placed his hand on his heart. "Begin with yourself. Whisper these words silently. May I be peaceful. May I be free from suffering. May I awaken." The traveler closed his eyes, repeating softly. The monk continued, now extended outward. "May all beings be peaceful. May all beings awaken." Love that asks for nothing is the purest form of strength. The traveler felt something shift, a warmth rising from within, expanding outward like sunlight breaking through clouds. "To love the world," the monk said, "is to forgive it, not because it deserves it, but because you deserve peace." Scene 6, the sixth door, impermanence, the dance of change. The monk picked up a dry leaf and let it fall. They both watched as it spun gently in the air before resting on the earth. "The sixth door is understanding impermanence," the monk said softly. "Everything changes. That's why everything is beautiful." The traveler frowned. "But doesn't impermanence mean loss?" The monk smiled. "It means freedom. If nothing lasts, then neither does your pain. When you cling, you suffer. When you flow, you live." The traveler stared at the fallen leaf, realizing he'd spent his whole life clutching things already fading. "The leaf does not mourn the branch," the monk whispered. "It celebrates the wind." Scene 7, silent awareness, the end of seeking. Hours had passed. The night was deep, and the first light of dawn brushed the horizon. The monk sat still, eyes half closed. "The seventh door," he said, "is silence. Not the silence of sound, but the silence that remains when the self dissolves." The traveler's voice trembled. "How do I enter it?" "You don't," he said gently. "You remember it. This silence is your true nature. Beneath thoughts, beneath fear, beneath desire, it has always been there." He looked at the traveler with infinite compassion. Meditation is not about becoming calm. It's about realizing you were never disturbed. The traveler closed his eyes. The forest disappeared. The stream, the wind, the monk, everything faded into a vast, endless stillness. He felt weightless, free, alive. And in that moment, he realized peace was not something to be achieved. It was what remained when everything else fell away. The 7 doors had opened, but they all led to one truth. Peace is not an act. It is your essence. The monk's voice faded with the morning light. When you master mindfulness, you do not escape life. You embrace it fully. The traveler opened his eyes, and the world had never looked so alive. Every sound, every breath, every moment sacred.
The sound of silence. Have you ever noticed how noisy your mind has become? Even when the world is silent, your thoughts are loud. You scroll, you rush, you chase, and yet peace keeps slipping away, like water flowing through open hands. What if ancient peace was never lost, just buried beneath your thoughts? Today, you will travel with me through 7 forgotten doors of mindfulness, the same paths the Buddha himself once walked, to silence the storms of the mind and awaken the eternal calm that already lives within you. Act 1. The conflict within. In a busy city filled with neon lights and restless hearts, there lived a young man named Aarav. He had everything: money, friends, the illusion of success. But each night, when the noise of the world faded, he felt something missing, a quiet ache, a voice whispering, "There must be more than this." He tried meditation once, but his mind screamed louder than ever. He tried escaping on vacations, but the same restlessness followed him. Wherever he went, his thoughts came too. Because the real chaos wasn't outside, it was within. One night, unable to sleep, Aarav dreamed. He was walking barefoot through an ancient forest, guided by a faint golden light. At the end of the path stood an old monk, eyes filled with galaxies of silence. The monk smiled and said softly, "You do not find peace by running away from noise. You find peace when you can sit in the middle of it and still be calm." And thus began Aarav's journey toward the 7 techniques of ancient peace. Act 2. The journey and hidden wisdom. Technique 1. The breath of stillness. The monk said, "Watch your breath, not to control it, but to know it." Aarav sat down beneath a Bodhi tree. At first, his thoughts attacked him like wild monkeys, regrets, worries, fears, endless chatter. But then, he simply watched them, not fighting, not judging, just breathing. He realized peace isn't the absence of thought, it's the space between them. Buddhism's answer to the restless mind is not escape, it's awareness. Technique 2. The pause between actions. The monk gave Aarav a task: to drink tea for 7 days, doing nothing else. No phone, no plans, just tea. At first, it felt meaningless, but soon he noticed the sound of the cup, the warmth of the liquid, the fragrance rising in the morning light. He learned mindfulness isn't found in temples, but in moments we overlook. The pause between breaths, the silence between two words, the space before reaction. This is how Buddha's wisdom turns ordinary life into meditation. Technique 3. The weight of thoughts. The monk handed Aarav a bowl filled with water. He said, "Hold it still." Minutes passed. Aarav's hands began to shake. The monk whispered, "This is your mind, holding on to every thought. Now, let it go." Aarav released the bowl. The water rippled, then stilled. He felt tears flow from his eyes, not of sadness, but of relief. He realized every thought we hold becomes a burden. Every fear we replay becomes karma repeating itself. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Because peace is not something you earn, it's what remains when you stop carrying the weight. Technique 4. The mirror of the present moment. The monk asked Aarav, "When you look in the mirror, who do you see?" Aarav said, "I see myself." The monk smiled. "No, you see your past. Each thought, each label, each failure, a reflection of what was, not what is. To be mindful is to stand before the mirror of now, without memory, without fear, only awareness." When Aarav did this, time slowed. The sound of wind became music. The light touching his skin felt sacred. And he whispered, "I am here. I am alive. I am enough." Technique 5. The fire of karma. The monk led him to a bonfire. He said, "Every action is a seed of karma, and every seed in time becomes your tomorrow." Aarav saw visions, moments when he spoke harshly, times when he lied, judged, or ignored love. He saw how those moments grew into invisible chains, binding him to his own suffering. He fell to his knees. Tears of realization burned his face. The monk whispered, "To purify karma is to light the fire of awareness. To act with mindfulness, that is the real cleansing." Technique 6. The dream between worlds. One night, Aarav dreamed again. He saw himself as a monk from a past life, sitting in the same forest, under the same moon. In that silence, he remembered. He had walked this path before. He had just forgotten. He woke up trembling, because awakening is not learning something new. It's remembering what your soul already knows. He realized mindfulness is not a technique, it's a return. In the final lesson, the monk said nothing. He simply sat in silence. Minutes passed, then hours. Aarav's thoughts slowly dissolved, until there was no hymn, no monk, no forest, just awareness. And in that stillness, he heard something for the first time. The sound of emptiness, not loneliness, but infinite presence. That is where all peace begins. Act 3. The Awakening. When Aarav opened his eyes, the monk was gone, but inside him a light remained, a silence that no chaos could disturb. He returned to the world, same job, same people, same noise, but this time he was different. He carried stillness in his breath, kindness in his gaze, and peace in his heart. He finally understood. You don't need to escape the world to awaken. You just need to wake up within it. If this journey touched something in your heart, carry this silence with you. Breathe with awareness. Walk with kindness. And when your mind grows loud, remember Aarav. Remember the monk. Remember you were always meant to be peaceful. Share this light if it awakened something in you. Bodhi Sensei.